Hi guys, I'm Harry from Shoepersonic. Today I've made my way to Parliament Hill to review 5 of the best cross-country shoes I've found. I always find it difficult to find cross-country shoes, so I thought I'd bring 5 here and put them through their paces to help you make the right decision. The 5 shoes I'm going to be reviewing are the Saucony Carrera 3, the Brooks Mac 18, the Saucony Havoc, the Adidas XCS and the Nike Rival XC. Let's see how I got on. Cue the montage! The first one I tested was the Saucony Carrera 3.
Come on.
Saucony Carrera 3. Saucony Carrera 3. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
What do I say? I haven't even thought that far along. I really like the finish of these shoes. The sole is stitched to the upper, which means it will last a bit longer. They have the plugs, which means when you're flying downhill and you have to dig your heel in, you get a bit of grip there. They've also got a little bit of fabric inside there, an elasticated mesh that goes over your foot, designed to really hold it in when you're treading through puddles and trying to pull it out, so hopefully you won't lose these shoes in the mud. These are the lightest, most flexible shoes on test, which means running in them is like running in a Lamborghini. It's just like running without anything on at all. I'd save these shoes for your PB races, your fastest performances. They are really, really, really light. Next on test were the Brooks Mac 18. I really like the way these shoes are finished. They look really, really smart. If you look inside, you can't see any stitching at all really. And they're 3D moulded from one piece of fabric, which means they look absolutely fantastic. If I was to turn up on race day with these, I feel like the dogs. They look great. They fit really nicely. They're not quite as tight-fitting as the Saucony Carrera 3s. They feel a little more stable than the Sauconys. They're still nice to run in. They're still really, really light. They're the second lightest out of our test. Also, all these extra spikes on the bottom make them really good at going around corners. I found going around corners in these really nice. The only thing that was missing is any extra grip down this part of the sole. So going downhill or anything where you're going to start landing on your heel, I think would be a little bit sketchy on these, so I'd probably go for the Sauconys over those. But for flat races where you go around corners, these would be really, really good. Next was the Saucony Havoc. They're slightly more stable than the Saucony Carrera 3s, which means they just hang on your foot a bit better and you get a bit more confidence when you're going downhill. I really recommend these for hilly courses. I found going uphill is fantastic with them. They've just got a bit more substance to them, a bit more strength, especially around the hill, so you can put some power down when you're going up on the hill. We've also got these synthetic overlays, so the fabric feels almost like tarpaulin. It's got a nice kind of waterproof layer to it. So if you're going through really massive puddles, I don't think they hold much water. What I like most about these shoes is the sole. As well as the spikes, you've got little protrusions that are angled down this way on the forefoot, but then angled down this way on the rear foot, which means if you're going downhill, you've got a lot of grip when you start landing on your heel, which I found really helpful. Next was the Adidas XCS. So these are the heaviest shoes on test. They feel much more sturdy. The sole especially is much thicker. They're really comfy though. I found these the most comfortable. If you're new to running in spikes or want something with a bit more support, something that's going to take a bit of the work, they just feel like normal trainers but with the added grip of spikes. I really did enjoy running with them. They're really cushy. They look really smart. I love the black. Not quite as out there as the Brooks or the Sauconys, but certainly if you're looking for a sensible pair of spikes, they're going to serve you well over many seasons. Next, it's the Nike Rival XC. Luke, throw me the shoe. I had a really good season with the predecessor of these a couple of years ago. Similar to the Adidas, these are really good if you're new to running in spikes. Got a nice thick rigid sole, nicely made, really good quality construction. I did enjoy running in these actually. I had my reservations about them to start with, mainly because the sole doesn't really have much in the way of grip, but they're really nice to run in. Maybe better for slightly flatter or wider feet. They've got an interesting sort of shape to them, which is a lot different than a narrower classic spike shape for some of the other ones. But yeah, a really good shoe. Thanks for watching, hopefully that's been helpful. You can find all these shoes at shoepersonic.com.